so...
But is she from England?
Yeah,
Wow.
native speaker.
If I'm not wrong, Alessia and Mireia, because I spoke with them, and they told me that there were some English native
Yeah, two.
teachers here.
One in primary and the other one is in secondary.
Wow, that's interesting.
For the whole year.
Wow. Okay, good.
All right.
Let's start. To begin with, I would like to know how long have you been an English teacher?
Well, I've been an English teacher for about 20 years now.
Okay. And which study do you have?
With students, I've got 14, 15 and 16-year-old students,
Okay.
which is 3rd and 4th of ESO.
Okay, if I'm not wrong, in La Salle there's no bachillerates.
No,
Okay. What else? What did you study?
I studied English philology.
Okay. While you were studying English philology, did the teachers taught you slang?
No, never.
And do you regret about not learning slang? Or
Well,
do you don't
at
mind?
that time, I didn't mind because I wasn't interested. I just wanted to study the least because you just want to get the degree and you're not
Okay, yeah.
conscious of the, what you
Yes.
really need to know in the future. Now that you ask me about it, maybe yes, because as you said before, it's real that when you're talking to people or watching the news, not the news, but cinema, movies, films, real language has got lots of slang.
Yes.
So sometimes you really get lost
Okay.
by that point.
Okay,
But
interesting.
I've never learned about it.
I will use it in my TdR. So, how would you define the word slang to me?
Slang, I would say slang is the type of language that particular group of people, especially teenagers or people who are unknown, use.
Okay. As far as you're an English teacher, do you teach slang to your students?
No, never. Because I don't even know how to express slang
Okay.
language.
Okay. So, I don't know if you know slang. You cannot give me an expressions about slang. Well, there are some common with WhatsApp or nigga, I wanna,
Yeah.
but okay, like most of the teachers, it's okay.
I wanna go, I wanna
Yes.
see, okay, hi.
Yes.
But those are very basic. I'm sure there are many more that...
Yes. Be sure. Be sure. Okay, it's okay. If you were an English teacher who lives in England, do you think that you would teach slang to your students?
Well, as far as I work in a school where there are Spanish teachers of Spanish and they do never teach slang, or Catalan teachers that never teach Catalan slang to their students, I think I wouldn't teach slang language to English students in England.
Okay. Okay. Well, most of the teachers told me that slang is something that you pick up living in England, or it's not necessary to teach it at school. But I ask you this question because it's for native people who live in England, it's okay because they pick up, and as far as slang is alive, they get it. But for not native English people, if you are watching a film or a song, that's the thing that we were talking about before we start the interview. That okay. Do you think that slang will be taught at school in the future?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Okay. And last question: do you think that the slang is better or worse for the official English?
What do you mean?
I mean, if it's...
What do you mean, better or worse than the official English?
No, better or worse for the official English or for the English language?
For the standard English?
Yes. Because...
Well, I think slang language is real life language, so it's nothing to do with the standard English. It's like if you ask me, do you think American English is better than British English, or they are not better or worse, they're just different, ways of speaking. So, like American people speak their way, British people speak their way, or Scottish people speak their way. Slang language, it's a language that is spoken on its own, but I don't think you really need to study it, but you live it. You understand?
Okay, yes.
It's something that comes to you as when you're a baby and you're growing with a language. You learn it, the standard language, you learn it. But if you want to write, if you want to get, if you want to express, if you want to get the skills, you've got to study it. So slang language hasn't got any skills. It's just vocabulary.
Yes.
So there is no grammar in it. There is no methodology of learning or using it. It's just something real that goes on and develops on its way.
Okay.
You can. It's not really learn, but I think it's something you can live. If you're living in a given group of people, you learn a kind of slang language. But it depends if you're a doctor, if you're a builder, if you're depending on which social group you're growing, and you're depending on what age you are through life, you will get one or other words.
Okay, so you will be agree with the idea of that slang is difficult to teach at school because there are lots of types of slang, and it will be difficult to create a model of which slang teach.
It's like if you wanted to teach not slang language, but the language that lawyers use. Yeah, you can teach it, but it's something very specific for that group of people. Or if you want to teach business language, it's very useful only for people who want to get into business. But at school, you teach standard English. And then when they grow older, depending on what career they're developing, they will focus on one or the other. But slang language, it's not there. You cannot learn slang. You can learn slang language because if you want to get the knowledge of it, but there is no purpose on itself, like business language or law language or scientific language.
Okay.
But maybe in the world of entertainment, slang language would have. Now that I'm thinking, maybe in the world of entertainment and culture,
it will be useful.
It will be useful to be taught.
Okay.
But it's very specific, as well as the world of science or business or so. Yeah, it's important that you, for example, research about it, but it's something that it shouldn't be taught at school.
Okay, absolutely agree with you. And you will help me with my slang conclusions.
Really?
Okay, thank you. It was a pleasure.